Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome back to another video. In today's session, we will be solving a Capture the Flag (CTF) challenge on TryHackMe. The room is called Block, and it focuses on forensic analysis, memory dump investigation, and network packet analysis. Before we dive in, please make sure to hit the subscribe button for more informative and engaging content like this. Let's begin. First, download the challenge files. After downloading, you'll notice the files are in a zip archive. Use the unzip command to extract them. Inside, we find two key files. One is a network capture (PCAP) file, and the other is an LSAS memory dump. We'll start by analyzing the network capture. Open it using Wireshark by entering the command Wireshark filename in the terminal. Once inside Wireshark, inspect the SMB packets. You'll find the answer to the first question there, along with the domain name. Copy the username and submit it as your answer. Now, let's dive deeper into the remaining packets to uncover the answers to the rest of the questions. Alright, we've successfully submitted our first answer. Now, let's move on to the second question. To find the password for the first user, we need to analyze the NTLM authentication packets. This is because the SMB protocol uses NTLM for authentication. However, passwords are not transmitted in plain text over the network. Instead, NTLM hashes are exchanged. So, our goal is to extract those hashes. There are two ways to approach this: either manually inspect the packets or use a tool to automate the process. For efficiency, I'll be using an automated method. I'm using a tool called pcreds, which is available on GitHub. This tool is capable of extracting NTLM hashes directly from network capture files. After running pcreds, you'll notice it has extracted hashes for two users. We need the hash for the first user, so let's copy that. Now, to crack the hash, we'll use the John the Ripper tool along with a word list, such as rocku.txt. Once the cracking process completes, you should see the password for the user Mreelman. Copy and submit that password as your answer to the second question. Now, our next task is to find the flag for the first user. To do this, we need to closely examine the actual data packets transmitted over the network. However, there's a challenge: the packets are encrypted, so we can't directly read their contents. After doing some research, I discovered a method to reconstruct the encryption key using information available in the packets. This includes the username, password, domain name, ntproof_str, and the session key. I analyzed the packets and gathered all the required information. Then, I wrote a script to generate the encryption key. As you can see, the script successfully generated the key. Next, we'll configure this key in Wireshark. To do that, go to Edit, then Preferences, then Protocols, and finally SMB2. And add the encryption key along with its corresponding session ID. Now, navigate to File, Export Objects, and select the relevant protocol to extract the decrypted data. You'll find a CSV file among the extracted objects. Use a tool like Xfluke to view the contents in a clean, tabular format. And there it is, we've found the flag for the first user. Copy the flag and submit it as the answer to the third question. Now, let's move on to the third question: what is the username of the second user? If you've been following along, you may have noticed that we already discovered the second user's name in the output of the tool we used earlier to extract NTLM hashes from the network capture. Simply copy and paste that username as your answer. Moving on to the fourth question, we now need to find the NTLM hash of the second user. If you recall, we also have a memory dump file named lsas.dmp. This is the perfect time to analyze it. For this, we'll be using a tool called pipycats. It's a Python-based tool designed to extract credentials from LSAS memory dumps. After running the tool with the appropriate flags, you'll see the credentials displayed in JSON format. Among the output, locate the NTLM hash associated with the second user. Copy the hash and submit it as the answer to the fourth question. Now we've reached the final question: find the flag for the second user. To do this, we'll repeat the same process we used to retrieve the first user's flag. However, this time, instead of extracting the session key from the first user's SMB packet, we'll locate it within the SMB packets associated with the second user. Once you've identified the required fields, including the session key, username, domain name, ntproof_str, and password, run the same script we previously used to generate the encryption key. After obtaining the encryption key, configure it in Wireshark by going to Edit Preferences Protocols SMB2 and adding the new key along with its session ID. Then, head to File Export Objects and extract the decrypted data. As before, you'll get a CSV file. Use a tool like Xfluke to read its contents in a structured format. Inside the file, you'll find the flag for the second user. Copy and submit that as your answer to the final question. And with that, we've successfully completed this TryHackMe room. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.